I think I might have had one of the strangest dreams I've ever had in my entire life last night. Uh, because I was having trouble sleeping. I normally drink a lot, and that helps me sleep. But I'd finished off my bottle of vodka that I had for the weekend, and I'd been drinking some Red Bull. So I took a nap a little earlier, but yeah, I went to sleep around like 2 and slept for like 2 hours. But during that whole time, it was like um, pretty vivid dream. And it started off that I was like watching a show, um, but the show, I was in the show. I was one of the cast members of the show, and I'd been watching some of the infographics show, the channel on YouTube where it talks about all these different interesting historical facts, and I was watching one about MI6, so I think that was a little bit in my brain, um, and all the strange stuff they did. But in this dream, there's a group of people who seemed pretty friendly, and they wanted me to be part of this show, or actually kind of like an agent for them, but it was all a show. And so it started off with us having to scuba dive, um, but also keep everything plugged in, like our electronic devices plugged in while we scuba dived. And so I dived into the water, but I realized, I'm gonna get electrocuted if if I do this. So I went back up to the top, and I unplugged the electrical device because could have gotten electrocuted. Um, and when I didn't meet up with the rest of the team, um, they were like, "Hey, where were you?" And randomly, this one guy, some young guy that I've never met, he said that he had just been to Argentina, and and then had come back. And so um, I don't remember all of the dream, but there was another part where somebody who I do remember from back in the day, um, he was watching the show basically, and when the show was on, I started getting like these dream visuals hallucinations, and like one of them was like a pentagram in like rainbow colors and 3D morphing, and and I was like, wow, this is like tripping on acid. Um, but then he turned off the show, and he said, it's just like Inspector Gadget with phones. And but I was like, well, no, I'm kind of interested in the show. And this at one point, this lady asked me about a woman, uh, something about if I like anybody or something, and I was like, well, hey, I mean, I'm kind of enjoying the experience that I'm having now. And there was a woman that was part of this show or operation or whatever it was. It was like I was watching the show, but I was also part of the show, um, and so there was that, and then at a certain point in the dream, somebody opened up this hatch to an underground tunnel, and we climbed down a ladder, and I heard the sound of crying children, and I immediately tried to. I immediately started rescuing them, and being like, "This is horrible." So I rescued the children, and then at a certain point later on in the dream, um, I basically realized that this entire setup was to basically kill me or have me um, uh, basically defertilized, and it was really really bizarre. These are not good good dreams. It was like a nightmare. It turned out to be something interesting, and then it turned into a nightmare. Um, it was really 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 bizarre. I mean, And it was like I realized that some people from the internet were were like trying to trap me into something, and I'm basically just observing. But the whole thing was about killing me, or uh, defertilizing me. And I don't want to go full into detail because it's pretty disturbing, but um, it was like I was attacked right at the very end of my dream, and then I woke up with a pain, um, and it was just kind of insane. And that's kind of the agenda of this world, isn't it? Like, they want you to have yourself castrated so you can't have kids. They want you to go along with the show. Um, they want you to be tricked into being part of their show, you know. But I'm pretty glad I woke up when I did, because I was like, at the very end of the dream, I realized like, yeah, they're trying to kill me. This is like some sort of like um, dark ritual, basically, and yeah, that was about the dream that of what I can remember. So disturbing as hell. Um, Very weird, very visual, very vivid dream, and that's a lesson. Don't drink alcohol too much, because it will mess up your sleep schedule, and you'll have weird dreams, and but I guess there was some truth to that dream too. The world is like a pretty satanic, evil place, and it's kind of like a show, and they want you to be in on it.